我们 ethnically 当然是露西子孙啊。
Yes, we absolutely are descendants of Lucy. Yes, we are Homo sapiens.
Hello everyone, this is Anna. If you have seen the movie Lucy, you know what Taiwan's digital minister, Tang Feng, is referring to when she says that Taiwanese people today are descendants of Lucy. As Taiwan's international status has grown since the pandemic, the concept of being Taiwanese is now strongly tied in with an international point of view. Tang Feng, who has been described by Japanese media as Taiwan's Minister of Digital Science and Technology, is actually a minister without portfolio of the Executive Yuan, with a multifaceted role within the government. Tang Feng's quote has given us a glimpse at the newly re-elected government's concept goal of digitizing governance over the next 4 years. In fact, Tang Feng's new digital ministry will aim to have a far-reaching impact on Taiwan's future development.
就是数位的一个部或会了。对，
The draft of the bill of the new digital ministry or council will not be able to catch up with the agenda of this impromptu session of Legislative Yuan. So, there will be a draft submitted to Legislative Yuan in next session. Since it is the budgetary session follow-up, the draft of the bill will not be examined along with the budget. Thus, there will be a considerable period of time for members of Legislative Yuan to fully discuss the draft of the bill. If the draft is examined smoothly in the next session, it could then be included in the central government's general budget proposal the following year and possibly starting business by the end of that year.
Tang Feng's digital governance ministry will undoubtedly reflect the current administrative policy over the next 4 years. She states that the goal is to accomplish the Digital Nation and Innovative Economic Development Program, or DigiPlus governance. She says that the DG in DigiPlus is an acronym. D stands for development, I is for innovation, G is governance, and the last I is for inclusion. For example, the government's philosophy on broadband internet is that broadband is a human right, as everyone deserves equal access to broadband. Tang Feng noted that even Taiwan's Dongsha Island has a broadband network.
Development 的部分是基盘的，好比像说在台湾，宽频就是人权。
Development is the fundamental basis of the goal. For instance, broadband is a universal human right in Taiwan. It must be available everywhere. This is the fundamental basis behind all future developments of digitizing governance. Without it, some citizens will not be able to access to the services of the government. Therefore, equality is essential. The so-called the more rural, the more advanced notion mirrors this same idea, including places such as Dongsha. Despite the fact that using satellites is very expensive, the goal is to still make sure that we can get 4G reception everywhere.
This utilization of available resources was recently demonstrated by the innovative development of the mask industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. After the supply met the domestic demand in Phase 3 of the mask initiative, some propose Mask 4.0, the fourth phase of the initiative, which meant donating masks to other countries.
那实作之后，果然非常多人响应，然后
After Mask 4.0 was proposed, many people reacted to the plan in a variety of ways. In the end, more than 300,000 people helped make Mask 4.0 possible. Now, more than 5 million masks have been sent to countries all over the world. The concept was that the donations were like free samples being delivered to potential customers. The world saw the high quality of Taiwan's product and the response was overwhelming. Taiwan's National Mask Task Force received a lot of calls saying that the donated masks for their medical staff were excellent and they were now willing to buy more for their general population.
As a result of Mask 4.0, Taiwan's National Mask Task Force has developed an all-in-one production facility with an export assistance program. The cooperation program works hand-in-hand with the local government of a foreign country as long as it provides water, electricity, and firefighting services. The all-in-one factory can provide 2 million masks a day for the locals. That's 1/10 of the National Mask Task Force's output. As an all-in-one facility, the tech-based manufacturing is based locally, operating 24 hours a day and producing medical masks. The highly sought-after N95 or R95 masks are also available to be manufactured there. As for the meaning of G, governance, Tang Feng says the government program should be a one-stop service with multi-channel delivery so that everyone can make use of public services without having to change their personal routines. We all should be able to enjoy the conveniences provided by our government. One example is the new, soon-to-be-available triple coupon. It can be spent in 5 different ways, which is convenient for all people. In the future, we will also be able to utilize the services of hospitals, banks, and other governmental departments digitally by simply having our cell phone on us.
因为你的手机上面既可以办健保开一通，也可以办。
Since your mobile phone can be used to access both Health Insurance Express and Key Fido, you can easily see a doctor by simply showing your Health Insurance Express QR code. While still in its trial stages, the possibilities of such a plan are currently being evaluated. In the same way, if you need to access financial resources via the Key Fido program, all you need is your mobile phone. Of course, the phone must be your own, so that only you can control your access, know that apps to install, and choose whom to authorize.
The second I in Digi is for inclusion, which means the inclusion of all kinds of differences, letting everyone participate in the mechanism of open government while letting more people join the political dialogue. This inclusion would promote joint efforts of the public and private sectors as well as everyday citizens. Steering clear of only a few representing the disenfranchised, the digitization of democracy would promote the individual's voice so that everyone can be heard. A good example is a pro-Taiwanese group of internet celebrities who raised enough money to put an ad in the New York Times promoting Taiwan. Afterward, the same group invested capital in establishing a website, Taiwan Can Help, to speak out for Taiwan around the world. They are now known as the Milk Tea Alliance.
Taiwan Can Help.us 上，但这个不是政府网站，这个完。
Take Taiwan Can Help for example. You may not be aware, but TaiwanCanHelp.us is not a government website. The founder of the site approached a YouTuber in other countries about the project, who then introduced Taiwan to the locals, such as the people in Thailand via his or her YouTube channel. This online forum's performance has in some ways exceeded traditional diplomatic thinking and has gotten the attention of the world. We are the members of the so-called Milk Tea Alliance, in which Taiwan is a brand mashup now, and it's one that can be infused with new ideas and inspiration from many different sources. That is the real Taiwanese model.
Thanks to the success of Taiwan's epidemic prevention, Taiwan's model has become a global model. Taiwan has become a major player on an international stage. Since the epidemic, we have not only begun good relationships with various countries, but have also become a representative of Han culture around the world. Tang Feng's name, along with her original name, Tang Zonghan, both embrace 2 great eras in the history of Chinese. Tang Feng has received international praise and was ranked in the top 100 global thinkers for U.S. Foreign Policy magazine in 2019. Her ideas have had a decisive influence on Taiwan's future beyond party politics. I'm Anna. Thank you for watching this episode of Knowledge. Now go visit the Funday website to watch more of Knowledge. I'll see you there.